the guy goes, hey, I'm bringing the bike in from Jersey. Can you meet me at the Holland Tunnel at 8?
The Holland Tunnel?
Because he doesn't want to come all into the city. He's like, I'm already. You're lucky I'm bringing it in. I don't want to fucking find your ass, which I get. I'm appreciative of the bring in.
Okay.
So I go, all right, well, I'm at the cellar all night.
That's not far.
That's not far. I could probably walk. But here's the clinker. I finally get my calendar coming on. I got a 7 o'clock, an 8:10, and then like an 11.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit. How am I going to do an 8:10 if he's showing up at 8 at the Holland Tunnel?
Right.
So I do some mixing and matching. I get on at 9. I do the 7 o'clock, run to the tunnel, get the bike, hand him the big wad of cash. Thank God I didn't lose that. Drunk all day. Just had a couple grand in my back pocket.
All right.
I give him the cash. He shows me the bike, and he goes, it's a great bike, great condition. I'll show it to you. It's mint. He said, the 1980 Garelli. It's an Italian moped. This thing looks like a fucking dragon, baby.
1980?
I went vintage.
Wow.
The new ones are so cunty. So I wanted some zip.
Okay.
So this guy's like a moped head. He's got all these. He's got like a garage full. He's like, this is my pride and joy. I don't want to sell it, but I had a kid and I'm gay and all this. I'm like, all right. So I go, I'll just ride it back to the cellar. I'm at the Holland Tunnel. I can't start it.
What?
He told me,
left without starting it?
Well, he thought I lied. I said I was a big moped guy.
Wait, what did he take back? Did he walk through the tunnel?
He drove his truck.
Oh, it was on the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was driving the moped and then just, pop smoke and disappeared.
Right. I don't know if you can pull that hog through a tunnel. That'd be risky.
Okay.
I mean, they go about 60, but still.
All right.
You don't want to get honked at all day. But yeah, so now I got this bike, and I'm on in like 20 minutes because he did a walk around. He's like, this is the clutch, the exhaust, the choke. I don't know any of this shit. I'm panicking. I'm like, yeah, the choke. I'll choke you in bed, whatever. And he's like, all right, buddy. We've kind of made friends. We exchanged hellos and goodbyes. And now I'm on the side of the highway or whatever, the west side highway area, just like trying to start. I'm kicking it. I'm twisting it. I'm turning it. I'm juking it. I'm Googling, how do you start a moped? I'm half drunk. It's nighttime. Cars are honking at me.
It's like a horror movie.
It was bad. So I just walk it to the cellar. It takes me forever because it's heavy as shit. I'm just, glugging along.
Oh, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's so sad. I'm going, what am I doing with my life? I'm shit-faced. What am I, 18? I'm pushing a bike. I just paid a couple grand to a guy with an envelope. He pulled up in a truck. He's from Jersey. He had an earring.
The idea of walking a vehicle is so depressing.
So depressing. And now I got to bring it to the cellar where everybody goes, what's that? Start it up. Can I ride it? I'm not ready. I can't even start it myself. So I got a lot on my plate here.
That's not a bad move, though. You give someone permission to ride. You get a Dean Del Rey or some bike guy and be like, take it for a spin.
That's true.
And then you video what he does, and then all of a sudden you got it.
That's not bad. But I kind of have a buck-up moment, like a block away from the cellar, where I go, all right, you loser. You're getting this thing started. So I Google it. I YouTube it. I go, okay, that's something. I pull that clutch. I pop it. Starts it up. I get on it. I go all over the. I mean, it was a revelation. I felt like a new man.
Wow.
I had like a, what do you call it? Epiphany.
So what I'm picturing, is it like a Vespa where your feet are on the thing? Are your feet involved?
It looks like a really skinny, shorter motorcycle.
Okay, so it's closer to a dirt bike than a Vespa?
Yeah, in looks-wise, for sure.
Okay.
But it's more of the power of a Vespa.
I guess I don't know what a moped is. Motor pedal? What does that mean?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Motor pedophile?
It's a motorized bicycle with pedals.
Mostly pedals.
But
you don't pedal.
No, but they are there for your feet.
Okay, so it's like, do you kick it to start it?
You kick it.
Like one of those things.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
It's pretty cool.
Isaac would fucking shit for this
Woo!
thing.
Yeah, he's all over us.
A big cock waft for that.
So I get it started, and I go, all right, I got about 15 minutes of my set. I'm half in the bag. So my first ride on this thing, I'm shithoused.
Yeah, you're breaking the law.
Yeah, I don't have a helmet. I don't have a whatever. It's not registered. So I'm riding around Hudson and Bleecker, and I'm just like, wah, the sun is in my face. I mean, the wind is in my face. I'm having a great time. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever done. I went from, what the hell am I doing with my life? I suck. I'm on the side of the road with a vehicle that doesn't work. I got ripped off, I thought, by this chooch. Now I'm riding down Hudson. People are going, hey. One guy goes, great moped. I feel like Kramer.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's a girl's bike.
So I pull that hog up to the VU, and they let me park it inside right by, where the velvet rope thing is.
Yeah, now how's the parking going to work? Can you put it on the sidewalk and shit?
I'm nervous, though. You could throw that thing in a truck. It's heavy, but I have a lock for it, but still, I'm nervous.
Yeah, you got to get one of those big locks, I guess.
Yeah.
I gotta see this thing 'cause I can't visualize.
You're gonna shit when you see it.
All right, I can't wait.
So I go, all right. I pull it right in there. Everybody's like, Artie Fuqua's like filming me, like, whoa, this shit's awesome. He's a millionaire. That was fun.
Multi.
He doesn't have one of these though.
No.
Not a 1980 Gorilla. So I do my set, whatever, get off stage, and I just go. I couldn't wait to get back on it, and I just zip around with no phone, really, by the way. So no one's bothered me, and I'm just cool, wind in my hair, learning the moped, feeling it, getting it. I know how to start it now. It was really a special day.
Now, where do you park it at home? Is it just out there?
Right now, it's chained up to I have a gate on the sidewalk. It's chained up to the gate, and I got a cover over it.
Classically funny. Boy, this is a trip down memory lane, this
I know.
podcast.
Well, you want to get on the lane.
Yes.
I had a wacky night last night I got to bring up. You know, the mopeds, it's a staple now in my life. People are talking, a lot of messages, a lot of tweets about it. I did 5 sets last night, and I go, hey, I'm bringing the HOG out. This is the perfect night for the HOG. It's 75 degrees. I'll throw on a light jacket.
Are we calling it a HOG now?
I'm calling it a HOG.
Okay. Did you name it? Do you name a bike, or is that just a boat?
I think you name it. Yeah.
You should name it.
A boat, you name a lady. I don't want to get on a lady and ride it.
Maybe Bill?
A Bill's not bad. All right.
All right, I'll call it Bill until you come up with something better.
I like HOG.
All right, we'll do HOG. Bill HOG.
Bill HOG.
You know, I grew up on HOG Memorial Drive.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of fat chicks.
All right, so you're on Billy the HOG.
So I'm on the HOG, Bill, and you know, it's purring nicely, and me and the lady go out and have a couple beers. You know, she's like, I got out of work early. It's a beautiful day. We go sit at Wogie's on Greenwich Ave and have a couple of pops in the summertime sun.
Sounds made up.
No, true story. We go out there, and then I go, oh, shit, I got to get to the stand. And she goes, well, I'm going to get some food. I'm going to go to this place over here. And I go, get on the HOG. I'll drive you to the food, and then I'll go to the stand.
Wow.
So now I got the HOG cooking. Blah, 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 blah. I got the whore on the back. We go down to the food place, and she's going, I got to tell you, this Bill is hitting exactly my clit.
That's the thing with bikes. The women love the bikes.
I had no idea. I thought that was a myth.
No, that's no myth. They come everywhere.
Yeah, so she's holding me for dear anal, and I'm going, blah, 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 blah. We're at the red light, and she's like, I'm getting off. Like, not off the bike. I'm getting off. It feels exactly like my vibrator. It just smells like gasoline.
Wow.
And so I was like, wow, this is hot. So she's hugging me. I can feel her legs clamping, you know. I was like, this is amazing. I never thought I'd be this guy. I never thought I'd have that moment in my life where I'm going, bah, and she's going, I'm so turned on.
Wow.
That's not my life.
Bye-bye, kids. That's from me, myself, and Irene.
So I drop her off, and she's all hot and bothered. I had to give her a couple napkins. I get back on the HOG to go to the next set, but I got like a half hour or 45 minutes. I got plenty of time. Greg Stone, Rachel Feinstein, and Anthony DeVito there, and they're having a good time. They're cooling out and drinking and everything. And they go, let's see the bike. And I go, all right. And I go, I got to run, though. So I try to start it. It won't start. And I go, oh, this is embarrassing. And they're going, everything all right? And it's so embarrassing because they was like, the bike, here we go. We've heard about it. All right. And then just, you know, nothing. I look like an idiot.
Oh, boy.
And, you know, there's already, you know, the bike jokes. And, you know, anytime a comic does something outlandish, you got to cut it down.
Or anything different. Not even outlandish. You wear a hat. People are like, what are you, a hat guy now? You piece of shit.
You wear a hammer loop on your jean. You're a fucking mechanic all of a sudden. It's a whole thing. They'll find it. Even if you're eating a hot dog, the hot dog is the focus.
All right.
You know, that's how comics are. So the bike won't start, and I'm so embarrassed. I feel like a kid again. Where, like, I can't get it going. I can't get it up. And so I go, well, let's get a drink. Let's get a drink, you know. So I have to walk them back inside. And then when they get drink, they start talking. I run back out and try to start. It was so embarrassing.
You're like Clark Griswold with the lights, the Christmas lights.
I'm the lights. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hanukkah. So now I'm so embarrassed that I just pop the kickstand and just walk it around the corner. So I can start it in peace and not be embarrassed.
Right.
And it's still nothing. I mean, it'll go like, chick, 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 boo, chick, chick, boo.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I hate myself.
Well, it is from the 40s, this thing.
1986.
Okay.
So I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm changing and fucking with the choke. I'm turning the reserve gas. I'm playing. I'm tinkering. I'm like a man down there. I take my jacket off. I roll the sleeves up. I have a cigarette. I'm tinkering. I'm hating blacks. The whole thing.
You took the jacket off, then you rolled the sleeves up?
Shirt sleeve.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's hot out. So I go, fuck it. The clock's ticking, so I walk it to New York Comedy Club, like 20 blocks.
Oh, my
15
God.
blocks, whatever
This
it
is
is.
humiliating.
Humiliating. I'm in the street. Bikes are passing me because I can't get on the sidewalk. It's too clunky.
Oh, my God.
So
Poor
now,
Bill.
my God, I suck. So I park it, and I try to start it again at New York Comedy Club. It kind of bucks, but it won't catch. And some guy walks by and goes, "That's out of gas."
Oh,
And I go,
jeez, the gas.
I forgot about gas.
Oh, my God.
Who
How could
thinks
you
about
forget about
gas?
gas?
I forgot gas existed. I live in New York. I got a moped.
I have a gas situation myself. When I rent a car, I forget about the gas.
Yes.
Because it feels, you rented it. It's someone else's.
Right.
They get the gas.
It should be full.
Yep.
So I guess when the
Gas.
guy gave it to me, it was low or whatever, because it goes 8,000 miles to the gallon. But so now I'm like, all right, well, let me Google gas station.
Google gas.
There's nothing. This is Manhattan. There's
You
one
gotta
on
go
FDR.
all the way to the east side. Yeah.
Yes, and there's one on 8th Avenue.
Yeah, you
So
gotta go
I'm
all the way
fucked.
east or all the way west.
So I go, fuck, I got 3 more sets. So I lock the bike up. Everybody's making fun of me. Out of gas. You're an idiot. Blah, blah. Yeah. Do the set. I run to the cellar. Do the set. I run to the VU. Do a set. And then I go, I guess I got to go pick up the bike. But I don't want to pick it up. I'm mad at the bike.
Yeah, you hate the bike.
So I'm sitting there with Che and Schultz and Sam and Phil Hanley. It was such a good hang. Then Wolf shows up. Now we all start pounding him.
Wow, what a hang.
It was a killer hang. It was
Minus a couple.
epic, as they say.
Mhm.
So now we're putting them back. We're putting them back. These kids can booze, man. Che's an animal and Wolf's a fucking deviant. And we're having a great time. And now I look at my watch. It's 3:30.
Oh,
Like, what am
Nelly.
I still got to pick up the bike. Somebody will snag that thing if I leave it out there. Somebody stole my bike cover. That's the third one.
Jesus.
Can you believe it?
What are you supposed to do about this? I guess it's like nets in a basketball hoop where it's just like, that's the
Right.
thing. You keep them as long as... Like when we played basketball in Astoria here, Moody McCarthy would always bring a net because something just take them, so you just put it up, and we started just taking them down with us and put it in your pocket and leave. But you can't do that with a bike cover. But it seems like it's kind of like the basketball net. It's just something that gets taken.
I guess so. I mean, fool me once, I'm a kook. Fool me twice, I'm a chooch. Fool me 3 times, I'm a cum-guzzling Nazi over here. But I found a solution. And I think
Okay.
I'm going to crack the code and beat the crooks. So I've been Googling bike covers, and I saw one with a hole at the bottom that you can put the lock through. So now the lock's going through the hole, through the wheel, and onto the post.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there any damage to the bike? Are they stealing the cover and then taking a shit on the hood or whatever?
This is the weird thing, is I studied this, and I could talk about this for an hour, but I took a bunch of CBD. I'm out of sleeping pills, so I was like, all I got CBD, so I guzzled it. And if you guzzle CBD, you will get high, because there's like a, it's almost like non-alcoholic beer. If you drink 90 of them, you'll feel a buzz.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was pretty high, and when I get high, I'm paranoid. The wife's out of town, so I was just laying in my apartment in the dark, with the covers up to my nose, whimpering, and I kept hearing this homeless person outside going, oh, and now you're even more paranoid, so I'm panicking. I'm wetting the bed, the sheets are yellow, and I say, fuck it, you're 36 years old, go to bed, you're fine, you're just high, you're paranoid. I go to bed, I wake up, the cover's gone. So I assume this hobo nabbed it, and went and made a little bed out of it, or a canopy, or a mosquito net.
Well, that would be almost the best case scenario if like a homeless crazy person got it, because at least you were of service. Maybe he made a tent out of it. He can live in it. If it's just some whippersnapper stealing it, to wipe his ass with, or
Yeah.
some other douche who lost his, so he's taking yours, that sucks. But if it's a kook, you can look at it, switch angles and say, hey, he needed it more than I did, all that bullshit that no one believes.
Right. Well, then you asked if the bike is in disrepair. The only thing I saw, and this is kooky and jarring, and it makes your dick hole sweat, there was a pile of cigarette ash on the seat. What the hell is that?
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. That means somebody goes, fuck this guy, like in the 80s.
Did he burn a hole through the fabric?
No hole. It's like a pleather seat, and it just had the pile on it. But I wiped it, and it was fine. So yeah, so that's it's a bummer. So I got the new one coming. It's got the lock hole. So now when they try to rip it off, they're gonna have to take the whole street sign, baby. Check on the HOG. Gone.
What?
Gone. The lock is gone. The cover is gone. The stain on the cement, the oil leak is gone. The whole thing's gone.
What is they cleaned the leak? That's nice.
I think they cleaned the leak. Leak soup. I think it got towed.
Oh, towed. So this just happened, like today or yesterday?
Today. I came outside today. I said I'm gonna go do some pull-ups on the scaffolding like a Guido douche, and the bike was nada. Gone.
This is insane.
Kaput.
I mean, where was it parked? So was it parked somewhat illegally that you think it got towed, or could it have been stolen, or what?
Well, here's the clinker. The neighbors hate it. I got a bunch of geezers and old bags living in this building, and I think they hate it. The super's like, the neighbors, they're all squawking about the HOG, and I'm like, these fucking cocoon-loving cunts. And, yeah, so I think enough calls came in. Here's why I think it was towed. Because it was too clean of a job. I inspected. I got a magnifying glass. I went elementary Watson up your ass. I got down on my hands and knees. I'm sniffing pebbles and feeling the railroad track like a Native American. And it's too clean of a job. I mean, if they cut the lock, there'd be some dust or metal shavings. It's too good.
Boy, this is a bummer. That thing is been nothing but trouble since the day you were born. I mean, it's like the time machine. You got to destroy this thing because you got it to see where we've been, where we're going, to figure out humanity. But you're traveling back in time to rape your mom, so your dad doesn't die. I mean, this is getting strange.
It's a biff. It's up my ass. I'm wearing 3D glasses. It's the power of love. I'm screwed here. I've had a couple of nice moments on it. You know what my bike is like? It's like a retarded son. You get a couple of moments. He's eating jelly. His hands are sticky. He's cute. He can lift a car. He's got a huge dong. But it's still sad every night. I got to check on it. I got to make sure it's still there. I got to make sure the Puerto Rican kids aren't going to kill him or he doesn't fuck a toaster or whatever it is. But you get a couple joyful moments, but the rest is misery and worry.
Well, you got to do what you do with the retarded son. I mean, it's no one likes to hear it, but you gotta put some weights on it, throw it in the river, or sell it. I mean, sell it for parts and buy a non-retard vehicle. But also, by the way, the thing is beautiful, but I did see you riding it for the first time. That's a noisy son of a bitch. I mean, I can see why all the neighbors would hate you. You drove by. I was walking down the street, and I said, if I was in an apartment that you were driving by, I'd call up the fuzz and say, hey, listen, we got a troublemaker out here. That thing's louder than my sister's asshole on a Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. It's got a queef like a John Deere. I get you. It's 80s. It's from the 80s. Everything was louder in the 80s. Cher, the other guy, Bono. 80s, baby. So, yeah, it's old. It's a two-stroke, much like Louis. But, yeah, it's brutal. So, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll put it in HOG or whatever, put it in the garage. I'll put it in the Smithsonian with the puffy shirt. I don't know. But you're right. It's brought me a lot of hassle.
I mean, this is getting crazy. So what do? You got to call the city, or you call 911? You call your parents? What happens? What's the next step?
The parents won't answer, so I'm just gonna go down to the DM anal and let them put a big Uncle Sam dick up my asshole, and I got to pay for the shipping cost. Then you got to get the thing out of there, and it's a whole thing. I don't have to go. I'm sorry, I don't have to go to the DMV. I have to go to the impound. Right.
So let me ask you this: how do you take care of that vehicle legally? Like, if you were like, I'm tired of this, what do you do with the vehicle? What are you supposed to do? Put it in your apartment? Get a parking garage?
That's a great question.
Where and how can you park this vehicle? Because it sounds like you can't park it anywhere.
I know. Well, it's weird. I parked it on the sidewalk every day of my life, and it got towed once. You remember the big saga a year ago because I didn't have a plate on it. I didn't have it registered. I didn't have it insured. Okay, I'll give you that. I get it. But now I got a plate on it. It's registered. It's got a spit shine. I got new tires on there. And so I think this is just they call in enough, and you get a law changed. No more chokeholds or by the police or whatever the hell. So I think that's what happened.
So you think your hypothesis is the neighbors kept calling the police saying, "Hey, you got to get rid of this bike. It's killing us."
I think so, and they probably said, "Hey, it's a hazard. I'm 900 years old. I could trip on the kickstand and fall on my hip, and die in the shower. I fall and I can't get up." So I think that's what it is. But I hope it's at the impound. That's the sad part of life. The impound would be hell just to get it out there as a whole thing. You got to wait there with a bunch of construction workers going, "Fucking de Blasio, I'll eat his ass out with a fucking spoon," And so I hope it's at the impound, but if it's not, it's stolen. The hog is back, and the neighbors hate it. It was a neighbor who called the cops on the hog. They got it towed. I mean, these neighbors are ruthless. They hate the hog. They hate fun. They hate me. They hate comedy. They hate jokes. They hate bikes. It was up on the sidewalk. I had it safe every day, locked up. I can't do that anymore. I'm scared old man Ronald is going to call the cops again, so I have to park it like a schmo every day. I got to go look at the sign, Tuesday, 11 to 4, okay, and then I got to move it.
Well, I say fuck these neighbors. They're rats. They're assholes, but hey, fuck you, dude. You got to park. I mean, what do you want? What do you want me to do about it? You got a vehicle? You better park that son of a bitch.
Well, my point is, and I hear you loud and clear, but the thing is, it's fine on the sidewalk. There's bicycles on the sidewalk. They just didn't like this on the sidewalk because the street I live on is historic, and they got to have it looking nice. And that was an eyesore. And this guy who was in the Korean War and he voted for Hoover, he doesn't like it looking bad on the street. So that's it.
Well, he may be a stickler for rules. I love a rule. I'm a big rule guy. I hate these people that hold the doors on the subway. I like you. But I get it. If it were me, I wouldn't call in the cops because I'm not a douche. I'm not a rat. But I get it. I get the thing of like, why does this guy get to do this? Can I put my couch on the thing? That kind of thing.
I hear you. Well, case in point, I don't even know what that means, but a fellow Tuesday said, "I got a garage in Queens. Winter's coming up. Store the nuts like the grasshopper. Put the hog in for the winter." And live a carefree life. So I'm taking him up on that, and thank you, sir, for the garage.